Classes at the YMCA recently. Because the way I see things, if you learn it, you can beat it. Cut the music, done right there. That's right. I start out my set, tell you that I'm a rapist, and cut it with the casing and such. Yeah! It's exciting. Let's start off here. I'm gonna let you guys get to know me. You're gonna get the whole Andrew Sanford experience this evening. First of all, I'm wearing a Green Lantern ring. Does everybody see that? Yeah! Fuck yeah, Green Lantern. For those of you who didn't clap or cheer, Green Lantern is what the ring is. He's a superhero in the DC universe, and he uses this ring to defend the whole DC universe. And he has to say an oath each time to charge it up. If you're not familiar with that, it's kind of like the promise ring that the Jonas Brothers wear. Because it comes with an oath. And ever since I started wearing it, I haven't had sex. Not once. Not a single time. But wait a minute. Phil's giving out free blowjobs. That's right. Yeah. No protection for me tonight. Thanks. What else about me? I found out recently that I'm not going to be able to grow facial hair very well because I had allergy shots when I was in high school. And it sucks because it's really just something that can get your ass kicked as a result of something else that can get your ass kicked. It's like having to wear like those little stupid sports goggles in gym because you hurt your eyes reading comic books in your closet. Yeah, it's not funny, it's sad. Don't laugh at that. Those goggles are terrible. I'm bad with women. I am. But I think I'm bad with women because I don't fit the usual stereotypes that most people fit. Like you have guys that would be considered like cougar bait. I'm more like cougar chum. You have like the in shape, like muscular pool boy. I'm like the slightly in shape radiator guy. I mean, you don't really want to bang me, but I'm giving you heat. You got no choice. Sorry. Or I guess you have like the sexy older guy who's like really well respected in his community and has a great job. I'm like the grizzled older guy who takes unemployment every week and has had to register as a sex offender like 6 times. 7, 6, same thing. But another thing that like keeps me bad with women is I have what I like to call USAs. Has anybody heard of this? It's what I like to call an unfortunate sexual altercation. I have a perfect example of this. One night I was able to get a young lady back to my apartment, and it had been a while since I had participated in the act of intercourse, so I was nervous. I was. I mean, what if I go too fast? What if I go too slow? What if she starts crying? What if I start crying? Like all very viable possibilities, all things that could happen. So, I go down the hallway to my roommate's room, Delonte. I'm like, Delonte, listen, dude, I know you're good with the pleasing of the ladies. Like, are there any tips you can give me? Any moves that you do that I can do to make sure that this turns out okay? He's like, listen, dude, I don't want to like throw any new moves at you. It's been a while. It's going to make you nervous. It's going to throw you off. So all I'm going to tell you is that it's just like riding a bike. This made perfect sense to me. I went to the bathroom, I got on my bike shorts, I put on my special shoes, my knee pads, my elbow pads, I had the wristbands for the sweat, I had a mirror on the side of my helmet to make sure I could see behind me, and an orange vest on so people could see me. I go inside the room, I get on top, I start riding. Things are going great. Delonte's there at the 5-minute mark with a Dixie cup full of water. I just toss it in my face. Keep going. But of course, first speed bump, I flip right over the bedposts, just like riding a bike. She was good though, she was cool about that. She was a real good sport, she was. The only time she really had a problem was when I pulled out a huge chain and a padlock at the end of the night and tried to tie her to the bed to make sure nobody would steal her. She wasn't okay with that. that caused some problems. I do interviews at comic conventions. Yeah, no woo for that. Silence. There should be no reaction whatsoever. And comic conventions are great because for nerds like me, they're a place where dreams can come true. You get to see like your favorite writers and artists and TV stars, and you get to see like girls in comic books willingly occupying the same space, which is mind-blowing at first. But dreams don't always come true at these conventions. They don't. Case in point, I'm a huge fan of the Christopher Reeve Superman movies from the 70s. Everybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah! Fuck yeah! Oh my god, that's fucking great. Ever since I was little, I had the hugest crush on Margot Kidder, who plays Lois Lane. Yes, Al is right. That woman is gorgeous. And my whole life, I had millions of fantasies of us holding hands and flying over the Metropolis River. Her singing for no reason. It's perfect. I went to a convention in Chicago and found out that Margot Kidder was going to be there. I would get to meet Lois Lane. So I got everything prepared, what I wanted to say. I got really, really, really excited. I found out what booth she was in. I come around the corner, and the first live vision of my dream girl, my Lois Lane, that I see, she is just two-fisting the biggest roast beef sandwich I have ever seen in my entire life. And she wasn't just like, kind of like, that's a good roast beef sandwich, a little much. No. She was, just chowing down. All my dreams were ruined. It was awful. The visions of me flying over Metropolis River with Lois were replaced just by visions of huge, flabby pieces of meat. And not entirely in the sandwich either. It was awful. Yeah. It was terrible. I'm a mulatto. Yeah, fuck yeah, mulatto. Alright, okay. Never sure what response I'm gonna get on that one. I'm a mulatto, and it's fun because we were talking about dropping the N-word earlier, and during high school, and even now so, but I don't hang around with these people as much. They're like white kids that try to have like the gangster mentality and are wearing the baggy clothes and rocking the Tech 9 t-shirts and everything. And they like to just drop the N-word like really conversationally, but if they're around me, they'll forget. Like they won't say it usually if they're around me, but around me they'll forget and get this real like, sorry dude, oh my bad. So I just like to fuck with them. She was like, yeah, you're bad indeed, okay? I'm very upset with that. That word is offensive. It's been used for hundreds and hundreds of years for segregation to belittle my people as a whole. No, sir, you hold on a minute, all right? Because I am offended. I do not appreciate the use of this word so conversationally like it's nothing, all right? It's very serious. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. And quite frankly, I'm a little hurt. Pansy ass nigga. That'll fuck with somebody hard, I swear. I come from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Woo! Fuck you. I'm trying to try. Whoever just said boo has never been to Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And I'll tell you why. Here's the thing, Pittsfield is known for two things. And I won't say only two things, but right now, only two things. One, we were named on Oprah by a police officer as a great place to buy and sell crack cocaine because we are between two major airports. I know, right? Yeah. The other thing is that we are technically, by documentation, the birthplace of baseball. Woo! Yeah. But a few years ago, we voted down the building of a new baseball stadium to keep our old, dilapidated, shitty one there. The crack thing, we embrace that pretty hard. I gotta say, if you come to Pittsfield, Massachusetts and you want to see some baseball, it's in a shitty stadium and it's like a single A team. But if you go to Cherry Street, you can get some really good crack. Yeah, it's fantastic. That's what Pittsfield's for. Buying some crack.